Good evening and welcome to this special all-female ICMP Songwriters Circle. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you those who are in the room this evening for being with us. You can cheer if you like. There are real people here, and it's great to know that there's so many of you watching at home as well. We've got a great lineup for you tonight. Songwriters Circle is an all-female event traditionally in March because of International Women's Day. And we've got a great lineup as ever. I'm just going to let you know who we've got playing actually. We have the marvellous Lauren Hood, who is on the BA Songwriting second year. We've also got Caitlin, artist named Kitty, who is also the BA Songwriting second year. And you'll see all these people as we go around the round. We've also got Maisie, who is third year BACM, with Sam from BACM accompanying her. And we have our special guest, Bishi, who I will introduce a little bit later. Now, if you haven't seen the event before, I think most people have, but we're going to go around the circle, each playing a song, and just saying a little bit about the song before we play it. And then at the end, we will ask Bishi if she wouldn't mind playing an extra song or two for us. And we'll maybe just say a couple of things about International Women's Day as well. So I will start. I'm hosting tonight. I should say who I am. Hello, I'm Sophie Daniels, and I'm the head of songwriting at ICMP, and I also run the master's program in songwriting. Very pleased to have some master's students here tonight and some master's graduates. My master's students are currently studying on a module called Established and Progressive Songwriting Industry, which I'm taking the workshops for that class, and we're writing lots of songs for different purposes. We're writing political songs and community songs and thinking about all the different ways that we can use songwriting. And that prompted me to write this song that I'm going to play now, which is a new song. I think it's fair to say that the songs I heard last week were quite, were not very hopeful, which is maybe understandable in the current climate. But I decided I wanted to write a hopeful song. And I'd written a song a few months ago in response to what was happening in Afghanistan. And the song was called Love Speaks. The idea, and I've stayed with this idea, is that I've personified love. So I'm speaking in the first person as the voice of love. And I got that idea from the TV show Years and Years. I don't know if any of you watched that show. Yeah, with the speech at the end. That's what gave me the idea of giving love a voice. But I went back and looked at that song that I'd written a few months ago and realised it was rather unclear and full of writer's assumption. And in that song, love was like water, the idea that the water can always get in. And I thought, okay, let's simplify this song. Let's make it about war. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool if love was the ultimate weapon, a chemical, a gas? So took out all the water analogies, wrote it in the key of conflict. And this is a song, it's called Love, the Ultimate Weapon. I see you pull pins on bums, thinking that you've all but won, thinking that you're keeping on. However hard the fight, I hear you rewrite the news, thinking that you'll change the truth, thinking that you still can use shock to silence all. But I am love, and I destroy all in my way. I will return, and I will stay. students, for making me write that. Okay, so we're going to swing this way, and we're going to go to Lauren Hood, who is on her second year in the BA Songwriting. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
What would you like to play?
I'm going to play a song called Neurodiverse. This song has kind of been through it. When I first wrote it, it was technically two different songs that didn't really relate to each other. And then with a bit of tweaking, I realized that they actually were the perfect pair for each other. So I created an A-B structure song, and it basically just talks about my brain and how it works in weird ways. So here is Neurodiverse. Where did my dreams go? Did they get lost in the unknown, or did I push them down below? Each morning I wake, I feel so empty, still stuck in my shadow, and I'm only 21. And I'm only 21. Where did my dreams go? Did they get lost in the void between my childhood and my greatest fears? I made a mess of all of my years. I haven't slept well since 1999. Since 1999. People say it's okay to be different, but instead they just show their ignorance. And the cells in my brain, they are neurodiverse, and the meds, they're a pain. People say it's okay to be different, but instead they just show their ignorance. And the cells in my brain, they are neurodiverse, and the meds, they're a pain. People say it's okay to be different, but instead they just show their ignorance. And the cells in my brain, and the cells in my brain, I would call it a curse. I would call it a curse. Yeah, I would call it a curse. Yeah, I would call it a curse. Thank you.
That's great, Lauren. Thank you. Great song, lovely performance. Okay, so sticking with the BA Songwriting second years, next we have Caitlin, who goes by the artist name of Kitty. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Thank you for having me. I'm just going to turn the volume up.
Did you say earlier that you hadn't played the guitar before?
This is my first time performing with the guitar, yes.
First time performing, okay.
Yes. So I think it'll be fine.
Sure it will, nice one.
So the song I'm going to play first is called Feminine Energy, which I think is quite perfect for this event. And it's, in the song I really wanted to describe what feminine energy is and all of its wonders. And I also wanted to show that it's not just, feminine energy isn't just for women. Feminine energy is for anyone who wants it. Yeah, so here we go. Cosmic beauty worth 1,000,000 stars, the rarest of art. Can't pin it down, not then or now. Powder the bruises, embroider the scars, claim them as your parts. The perfect flaws, breath that breaks a jaw, deeper than a paper cut. You could never understand it. Rivers burning through the blood, grounded but a true romantic. Swear I saw you in a dream, and you looked a bit like me. There's a strength you couldn't see. Feminine energy, I can feel it in me. Feminine energy, it's for everybody. Feminine energy, yours if you want it, baby. Got that feminine energy. Oh. Diamond tears cutting into my hand as they break the ground. Below my feet, familiars meet. Constellations joined in a way, but not to the same. Divinity passing to me, citrus sweetly in my eye. I forgot the lyrics, so I'll da 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 da. Swear I saw you in a dream, and you looked a bit like me. There's a strength you couldn't see. Feminine energy, I can feel it in me. Feminine energy, it's for everybody. Feminine energy, yours if you want it, baby. Sing feminine energy with me, come on. Feminine energy, I can feel it in me. Feminine energy, it's for everybody. Feminine energy, yours if you want it, baby. Swear I saw you in a dream, and you looked a bit like me, and I knew it instantly. Feminine energy. Thank you.
That's lovely, Caitlin. Thanks so much. It's really cool to hear. It's a bit of a theme of mine at the moment, like what we write songs about, and particularly for women or any gender minority, being able to write about what you want to write about. I think it's very cool for both of you to be writing about maybe less obvious subject matter. Very cool. Thank you. Okay, so now we're going to Maisie, who is on the BACM, third-year student. Thank you so much for being here. And Sam, who is accompanying you. Thanks, Sam. What are you going to play for us, Maisie?
So the first song we're going to do is called Alone Forever. So it sounds really depressing, but it's actually quite upbeat. I like to make depressing things upbeat and uplifting. I wrote this with Songwriting Masters alumni Francesca Morris, who's amazing. Did you teach Francesca?
Yeah, she is amazing.
Yeah, I love writing with Francesca. So this is our most recent song we wrote together. And basically, all of my immediately close friends right now are in relationships. Like my best friends, they're all in relationships, and it's just me. I'm just single. And so this one's kind of about how I'm cool with that for now, but I don't want to be alone for like the rest of my life because that'd be quite morbid. but so yeah, this is Alone Forever. Ordering the wine for the intro. Learning about a stranger I don't know. I'm bored of talking about my habits, big dreams, going through my family, repeat same things, new face looking at me. No, even though I'm young, running out of time, I've got my whole life, but it's looking like I'm gonna be alone forever, dancing on my own while everyone's together. But I don't wanna talk, I don't wanna talk about it. People always talk about it. I'm the single friend in the bathroom, trying to catch a break from the rest of you. All the people who I loved up with the one, and I'm just trying to have fun. Walk past in the dark, feeling like the outcast. No, even though I'm young, running out of time. They say I'll be fine, but it's looking like I'm gonna be alone forever, dancing on my own while everyone's together. But I don't wanna talk, I don't wanna talk about it. People always talk about it. Worry about my future cause I feel the pressure. Gotta be with someone, gotta say I've settled. But I don't wanna talk, I don't wanna talk about it. Cause I'm kinda fine for now, but I don't wanna be alone forever. Nah, alone forever. I'm just living for the moment, happy in the moment. I don't need to know if you will be my one and only. Guess I'll take the lonely, but it's looking like I'm gonna be alone forever, dancing on my own when everyone's together. But I don't wanna talk about it. Oh, worry about my future cause I feel the pressure. Gotta be with someone, gotta say I've settled. But I don't wanna talk about it. Cause I'm kinda fine for now, but I don't wanna be alone forever. No, alone forever. Yeah, I don't wanna be alone forever. No. Thank you.
Thanks, Maisie. Great.
Thank
Nice song. Well done,
Thank
you and
you.
Fran. Thank you very much. Now, I'm delighted to introduce our special guest for this evening, who is the singer, songwriter, artist, and producer that is Bishi. Thanks so much for coming in. I'm not sure how much you know about Bishi's work, but she's also the founder of which is the Women in Technology Creative Industries Hub, which you might want to check out. And we met because Bishi is also a director of the F List, which is an organisation promoting female and gender minorities in the music industry. And it's such a pleasure to have you here this evening. I was just thinking that we've actually been doing all-female rounds for over 10 years. And I don't know if, well, I mean, I think they're still necessary. Do you?
Yeah, absolutely. If you look at the pool of female talent, there's, you know, a really widespread, you know, from all genders, incredible talent, incredible work going on. But when it comes to representation and when it comes to investment in female talent, there's a lot to be said and a lot of work to be done. So that's why we need these spaces. It's about, in my eyes, creating more space, more nuance, and more of an opportunity for collaboration across the board.
Yeah, well said. Thank you. Now, thank you for, we're going to chat more later, but thank you for coming to share your work with us this evening.
Thank you.
What would you like to play for us first?
So I'm going to sing a song from my most recent album called Let My Country Awake. This is called Teardrops, and it's interesting because it's completely, like, does not have any lyrics. I'm very inspired, and I trained with a composer called Meredith Monk when I was recording this in New York. And I'm also very inspired by Bulgarian choirs and composers like Arvo Part, and I love Paul Hillier and the Theatre of Voices. And there's something about having songs and compositions which have no lyrics that, for me, can be even more evocative, because you can lose yourself and, in a sense, project your own emotions into that situation. This song is called Teardrops, and it was very much about finding strength in your loneliness. So I think that relates to your song, Maisie. Great, okay, I'm ready. Thank you.
That's very cool, Bishi. How do you go about composing the piece? I mean, I know you're producing, and so you're making tracks and you're writing. Are you kind of creating you're creating with the track and the vocal? Or?
So for this particular track, I was just improvising on my piano, and I found that arpeggio refrain, which I really liked. And I think that track in particular, you know how you write something and it just comes in a session and it's there. And I think this was one of those instances where I had, a nice piano line, I had some nice synths, and I wrote the sort of section A, the verse section, and then section B, the chorus section. It all just came. And one of the things that I'm able to do really fast is to harmonize with myself really quickly. It's something I've always loved doing. I remember first hearing a choir singing when I was a child and thinking, wow, people can hold thirds. Like, those people can sing that note and those people can sing that note, and that's happening together. I found it really heavenly. And then I had a really extraordinary music teacher who taught us about Vespers and taught me and taught the whole class about how they would sing in St. Paul's Cathedral on all sides of the gallery, and also the Monteverdi Vespers that I was taught about, and that really blew my mind. So harmonizing with myself, when I first started writing on Logic, the ability to harmonize with my own voice has always been something that I've really enjoyed. And I used to be friends with a rapper, producer called MIA. So I was really interested in the way that she would build beats out of an MC505. The looping facility I have here is an RC505. But she had the MC505, which was all beat-driven, and I really liked the way she would make really percussive sounds out of her voice and then layer them up. And so, yeah, meeting her, that gave me a lot of confidence with this kind of voice layering. Like, even though hers is very, very different, and hers is more through her rapping and her political commentary, but there was something about it that I was really inspired by. Sorry, I've really gone off on one. From Monteverdi to MIA.
That's what we're here for. And there's so many different influences in your work. It's really interesting.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so we're going to hear some more songs from Bishi later. I'm going to play my final song. So I was performing as Liberty's mother. I'm no longer performing as Liberty's mother. I decided that project, that EP project, that moment in time is complete, and I'm going to be moving on to a new project actually, which is all about female song content. But I haven't got many songs for that yet. So I thought I would play the song which was the reason that the Liberty's Mother project came about. And some of you guys might not have heard about that before, but my daughter Liberty died in 2011. She died the day before she was born. She was stillborn. And I wrote a song for her to kind of understand my feelings for the love that I had for her just a few weeks later. And then fast forward to 2018. 2018, and I was asked to sing that song at the Houses of Parliament for a special service for Baby Loss Awareness Week because of some charity work we were involved with, and then one thing led to another, and I recorded the song and we made an EP, and I played at lots and lots of services for bereaved parents, and we raised quite a lot of money for charity. Thought you might be interested in this because you're studying community songwriting, aren't you? So quite an unusual, very interesting project that I learned just an enormous amount from, about the purpose of song, playing that song at the Houses of Parliament to a room full of MPs, 50 MPs who were all kind of very, very serious, talking about very serious things. And then at the end, I played my song, and they all burst into tears, which I found very interesting, considering the weight of what they had previously been discussing. But that's the power of song. That's the ability that song has to move people and connect them with their emotions, that data and lists and and political statements doesn't do really. Yeah, and I've drawn enormous strength from playing this song, and yeah, I love to perform it. It's called I Can Love You From Here. I know that love will come and go, that there's much less sun than rain, but for me there's little left to learn if I can't hold you again. I tried to look ahead where there's nothing left to see, but it doesn't matter anymore if you're next to me. 'Cause I can love you from here, hold that love in my heart. I can find a way to give that love a life. Now we're apart. I don't know why you're gone, but the rest is so clear. All I need is to love you, and I can love you from here. I know it's better to love and lose it all than to never even try. Still, it seems so hard to come and break my heart and then leave me with no reason why. And why we're not together, I'll never understand. I don't need to be with you to love you like I planned. 'Cause I can love you from here, hold that love in my heart. I can find a way to give that love a life. Now we're apart. I don't know why you're gone, but the rest is so clear. All I need is to love you, and I can love you from here. 'Cause no matter how I ask, you're never coming back. But this love is never going to die away. 'Cause I can love you from here, hold that love in my heart. I can find a way to give that love a life. Now we're apart. I don't know why you're gone, but the rest is so clear. All I need is to love you. All I need is to love you, and I can love you from here. Thank you.
That's a. I have to follow that. That was beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, it was funny actually. For 18 months, I was the person who went around the country making people cry. But I stand by my right to make people cry through song. I think it's a good thing to do.
My last song that I am going to do is called One Small Step for Man. I think the name may give it away alone, but I decided to write the song after the quote about one small step for man and what it's like as a woman being 2 steps behind at all times. So here you go.
If I was a little less of me, would I fit into what you want to see? Maybe tonight I wear sweatpants with a bun, or maybe I'll get dressed up to the nines for fun. You would want me to show more skin, over-sexualize my body for your sin. But if I don't show enough, then I'm a prude. Just make your bloody mind up, dude. 'Cause you got so many contradictions, and you're the one with the lewd suggestions. But this is not your jurisdiction. But one small step for man, while I still have to leave through every expectation that your patriarchal society has set on me, on me. Do you wanna interrupt me while I sing this song? To tell me that I'm doing it wrong. You could get around with anyone you like, but if I did, I'd just be the village bike. We've always put up a fight just to get the same rights. But when will no ever be enough? It doesn't matter, you'll never end up in handcuffs. You force my permission by silencing my objections to feed your addictions. When I lose all of my inhibitions, you take that as an invitation, but then you say it's all fiction, right? For one small step for men, while I still have to leave through every expectation that your patriarchal society has set on me. But one small step for men, while I still have to leave through every expectation that your patriarchal society has set on me, on me. Thank you.
It's a great song. Thanks, Lauren. And if anybody wants to check out Lauren's music further, you can find her on @Hood Official Music on Instagram, right? Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I really appreciate it's inspiring to hear young women playing songs about subject matter which is challenging and interesting, you know, and I'm really enjoying that. And it might be a good time to just plug the F list that all of you should be signed up to. The website is www.thef-list.uk, and it is there to support women in the UK music industry, because sadly, I did hear somebody in this college a few weeks ago say, "Oh, but is there really a problem with gender in the music industry anymore?" Well, the answer is yes, there is, and all the evidence and data is very clear on that matter, sadly. But the good news is that there are lots of organisations like Which and like the AFLIS there to help redress the balance. I love that, thank you. And now we're going to go to Kitty.
Hello.
Hello.
I realised in my nervousness about playing the guitar for the first time while performing last time, I forgot to mention that my co-writer for that song was also Francesca Morris. Yeah, I know.
She's on it.
I know she's getting around.
She's seeking out all you stars and writing with you.
Yes, so the next song that I'm going to play is about loving women, because that's something that I do. And it's something that I've been learning to do recently, and it's been great. So this song is called Need a Woman, but I don't need one because I have one now. Shout out to Charlotte. Okay. I let myself down again, 'cause when I met you I let myself change into who I thought you would want, more masculine and confident. My feminine side shouldn't have to hide. I'm an introvert in disguise. You didn't ask me to, but I changed myself for you. I need a woman who wants a woman. I won't be your man, 'cause I am a woman. Woman. Was I just your experiment to see if you like lips tasting of peppermint? You figured you like them plain. Ran back to... Sorry, one sec. Ran back to him once you'd finished your game. You bruised my pride, I'm black and blue inside. When I see my reflection, there's nowhere to hide. You didn't ask me to, but I changed myself for you. I need a woman who wants a woman. Sorry, I can't be your man. But the woman I want will prefer them to me. When will I learn that the woman I want might not always be the woman I need? I need a woman who wants a woman. I can't be your man, 'cause I am a woman. The woman I need. Thank you.
That's a great song, Kitty. Well done. I think I said earlier to you guys that I know there's a lot of the songwriting faculty watching at home at the moment, and I know your second year finals are coming up, so I'm just going to give you a first for that song. No, it's a really great song, nice one. And your music is available at Kitty LDN, as in short for London, right? Kitty LDN on Instagram. Yeah, so people can find out more about your music there. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, now Maisie, let's just get this right before we hear
Yeah.
from you on your song. So you're known as Macy Naya, right?
Yes, yep.
Yeah. And so your Insta is it May, like the word May?
Macie. Yeah, my parents decided to be very
Macy,
tricky.
got
Yeah,
it.
like Macy. Yeah,
like Macy
inspired by
Gray.
Macy Gray, but not spelled like Macy Gray.
Okay.
Confusing, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But easy to find you on Insta because you're the only Macy Nyha Macy Naya.
Yeah, NYAH. Yeah, I got in there.
And you're in your third year, so you're almost finishing up, aren't you, on the
Yes.
ACM?
Yeah, very scary. But it's exciting. I have a lot of exciting things that I'm doing. So yeah, I can't wait. Hopefully.
And what do you have for us now? Is this another co-write? Or?
It is, yeah. So not with Fran. This is a co-write with my best friend, flatmate. So it's really great. We write together. We're actually in a songwriting duo called Myla. So we write for each other. We write for others. So we've just been exploring that recently. And we wrote this song actually for a competition. There's a coffee music project competition. I don't know if anyone's aware. We did the coffee one and we got shortlisted in the finalists out of the thousands of international applicants. And then they did a mother one as well. So it's quite aptly themed as well. Again, it's this one's about my mum. And it's called Superwoman. And it's basically about how all the things we took for granted when we were younger that our mums do for us. And being International Women's Day this month, and my mum is the greatest woman in my life. So I hope she's watching, because if not, I'm singing this because it's Mother's Day next weekend as well, this weekend, and I'm not going to be there. So this is called Superwoman. I remember the times that you weren't here on time, I'd get angry. And when you made it, I'd moan the entire way home, wouldn't let it go. All these expectations, mistakes, yeah, I would write them out in bold. Never hesitated to blame when all you ever did was show how hard it was to be Superwoman while I painted you out as a villain. You put me first in every decision. I wish I could be like you. I wish I could be like you. I wish I could be like you. Looking back, I attacked every moment you took out to help me. You were right, I was wrong, I was stubborn. I know I was so fixed on all these expectations, mistakes, yeah, I would write them out in bold. Never hesitated to blame when all you ever did was show how hard it was to be Superwoman while I painted you out as a villain. You put me first in every decision. I wish I could be like you. I wish I could be like you. I wish I could be like you. Wish I could be like. Wish I could be. Yeah, I wish I could be like you. How hard it was to be Superwoman while I painted you out as the villain. You put me first in every decision. I wish I could be like you. How hard it was to be Superwoman while I painted you out as the villain. You put me first in every decision. I wish I could be like you. Yeah, I wish I could be like you. Thank you. And thank you, Sam. Thank you very much.
Great song, Macy. Great writing,
you.
you three guys, really. And as a mother of a 7 and 8 year old, very precocious, creative pair of pain in the asses, I really like that song.
They'll appreciate it one day.
Find it very reassuring. It's a great song, nice one. How about this female talent we've got here?
Yeah, I've enjoyed all of your songs so much. What I love is everybody has their own unique personality, and each of the songs has a really particular, a message that is totally personal to each songwriter, but completely universal to everybody who gets to listen to that. And I've been listening really intently, and everyone's performed so beautifully. So thank you.
Right, we're going to ask you to do a few songs, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Just to hear more from you. This is the first time that somebody has brought a sitar to Songwriters Circle, and I'm so thrilled. It's so beautiful, and it sounds great.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to do another vocal piece first. I'm really inspired by other people's poetry and setting quite choral stuff to poetry. Sometimes I write the lyrics myself, and sometimes I'm just inspired by other poets. So because it's spring, this next song, Pan to Artemis, the lyrics were actually written by someone called Alistair Crowley. I don't know who's into tarot or slightly occulty things. And I did debate with Sophie, shall I say who wrote the lyrics? Because I've done interviews in big arts journals, and they've instructed it might be better to keep that out, but oh well, it's on the live stream now, so there's no getting out of it now. But yeah, this is a track called Pan to Artemis. It's simultaneously very beautiful and very aspirational, and it has erotic undertones, like everything Alistair Crowley wrote. But I think that's okay, because look, we've had a queer love song, and we've had some songs about all kinds of things, so I don't think it's subject matter that's really off limits.
We can write anything we like. I mean, I've observed that men write about anything that they like.
Yeah.
But there's sometimes, but more so these days, women seem to be doing it as well. Yeah, super cool.
Fantastic, great. Thank you. So I'm going to pick up my sitar now.
You were saying to me earlier about how long you've been making music and writing. How long have you been playing the sitar?
I've been playing the sitar for 24 years. And I had turn the reverb down a bit. I had the option to become a virtuoso player, and I turned it down because I was DJing a lot. I came up really through as a club kid through the queer scene, and I was a DJ, and I was at art college, and I was writing on music production software and working with other producers, and I wanted to make a music which was really reflective of the much larger world that I was inhabiting. And, you know, what was presented to me was you have to be one kind of an artist or another kind of an artist. It's only really been in the past few years that this idea of integrated worlds, of integrated influences has become the norm, and we have technology to thank for that, and also the fact that we have really powerful things like iPads and phones at our disposal, you know, most of us anyway. And so you have the ability to create a world and create an immersive world almost through things like YouTube and TikTok and social media, for better and for worse. It's given people a lot of opportunity to extend. It's given rise to a lot of modes of expression. But back when I was accepted into a Ravi Shankar style of sitar training, I was trained by one of his senior disciples. It was very much that I had to be one kind of an artist or another kind of an artist. In my 20s, I had a brush with the mainstream, and again, it was still very limiting in terms of you have to be one kind of an artist or another kind of an artist. And really, I just wanted to make art and music which was reflective of a much wider palette. And I've been a lot happier sticking to things that way. But if you could play the sitar drone, and then I'll talk a little bit about the sitar. Thank you, Michael. So in Indian classical music, you have shur and tal, which is melody and rhythm. Harmony and harmonic structures don't actually exist. You have things called ragas, like compositional structures called ragas, which are made up of ascending and descending scales. And in Indian classical music, certainly in North Indian classical music, the voice is seen as the highest form of expression, which is why they're all incredible singers. And if you've seen any classical tabla players, they rap all of the things that they're tapping. It's called bol, all of the different percussive, these insane percussive noises that they make with single fingers. That's also a language called bol, and they're brilliant. When they all start rapping, it's quite incredible. So the way that I use my sitar, I use it as an extension of my voice, and it's a big compositional tool. This small sitar here is called a studio sitar. I turned it into an electronic sitar by sticking these pickup microphones here, and they were recommended to me by a woman who was Sigur Ros's live engineer on the road. And that's the kind of the evolution of the electronic sitar. As I play it, I program it through different various MIDI pedals and through my Ableton Push, and I wanted to keep the setup quite simple today. But yeah, for years it was really shocking that I had taken this instrument on into my own realm, and I was being gimmicky, and how could I, and all of this stuff. But really I saw it as an extension of my writing, and I've never really been given the license or the agency to talk about why I'm this integrated singer and sitar player. Firstly, I'm pretty much one of the only people in the world who does it, especially in the way that I do. And secondly, it's about an all-rounded, integrated worldview. There's nothing gimmicky about it. I've never used it as a gimmick. And yeah, I feel like that part of my agency was always robbed from me. So it's really nice to be making music in a time where I can express that and feel that people are going to understand what I'm saying and what I'm trying to put across. So that was another big long-winded explanation, but I think it's nice to go behind people's processes and find out what they're about, and it's really lovely to share. Thank you. The next song I'm going to sing, well, not sing, I'm actually going to play it. It's called Atmosphere 1, and it was commissioned by an organisation called Delia Derbyshire Day up in Manchester. And Delia Derbyshire Day are an organisation who celebrate the work of Delia Derbyshire, who a famed electronic music pioneer who prepared and sort of formatted the Doctor Who theme famously, amongst many other sound effects and innovations that she created around electronic music. And I basically had about 2 hours to write this. I co-produced this with a really fantastic producer called Richard Norris, who is very famously from a dance group in the 90s called The Grid, but he's produced all kinds of music. He just brought out an acid folk record. He was in a rock dance duo called Beyond the Wizard's Sleeve. He has a really interesting ambient music series that he does on his Bandcamp, and we work together a lot. And so he gave me the beat, and I had about 2 hours, and I came up with this. This is Atmosphere 1. Thanks. Thank you.
Is the sitar world and the Indian classical music world, is that very much a man's world as well?
Yeah. In a word, yeah. It seems to, I mean, although there are phenomenal players and phenomenal musicians, it tends to be better if you have a relation, or if you, or, yeah. I want to be very careful with my words, because it's, you know, you're talking about centuries old of a tradition, and, you know, there's a great reverence towards the music, and that people spend years and years in a kind of almost monastic isolation to get to this level, to improvise and play in a certain way. But yeah, it is a man's game. But it's not, you know, they're all incredible people, and they're all really friendly, and they're all really lovely. It's, you know, it's an old tradition, and in old traditions you have older social structures, and I think I'd sort of leave it at that.
Yeah,
in case I offend anyone.
No, but that makes perfect sense, and it's so fascinating to hear about your career, because, you know, in so many ways you've just been kind of breaking down boundaries of music, and what the music is and what music you want to make.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's been, I mean, it seems really exciting from where I'm sitting. Is it been frustrating as well?
It's really exciting. I think it has been frustrating, and I think there again, I used to be frustrated in my 20s, you know, everything towards musician, it's all about this apex of fame and popularity, and that's the only way that you can measure your success. And everybody, like, all these ideas around success and around communication, it's all now, it's just, well, how many TikTok views do you have? How many followers do you have? How many streams do you have? And the pressure for young up-and-coming musicians and songwriters is just completely insane. You know, I started at the beginning of social media, and we didn't have this kind of pressure. You know, our lives, our social lives, our music was not completely controlled by algorithms. And not to talk anybody down, because, you know, I don't, you know, like, clearly there's so much talent in this room, but, you know, when I was 23, we didn't have, like, algorithmically curated playlists and these kind of streaming numbers, which are very much manipulated. And so what I've done, and then I'll sort of follow on to my next thought. All of the offers and opportunities I had were about putting a brown girl in a box. And in fact, lots of gatekeeper, the conversations were always around that I was a hard sell to a white audience, you know, all of this racialized context, you know, my race being weaponized against me. You know, obviously racial imposter syndrome is massive for second generation people and for people of mixed heritage and for children of immigrants. This is a really big psychological issue and societal issue for us. And then you go into an industry where your race is weaponized, and it's been really hard. It's been a really big journey. However, what I've had is a massive appetite for curiosity, a huge creative drive, an internet connection, and just insane opportunities that seem to be coming to me almost on a monthly, weekly basis. And I've been able to work with some of my biggest heroes. I've collaborated and done session work on film with orchestras, with all kinds of people. I've worked with my hero, Tony Visconti. I've collaborated with people like Sean Lennon. I played in a Johnny Greenwood orchestral piece. I've been on the road with people like Roisin Murphy. I've done so many things now, and that I'm so proud of. And there again, I'm really thinking about agency and my path, and I've had to really learn to not allow other people to project their ideas of success and failure onto me. It takes a lot of work, because if you're going to step into this industry, you're going to have a lot of people projecting onto you what they think you should be doing, who you think you are, what their ideas of success are. And it can be really, really difficult to just carry on and listen to the same inner voice that drives all of your songwriting. Listen to that voice, I'd say.
That's so inspiring. Thank you. And thank you for sharing your creative process as well tonight in your songs. Can we have a round of applause for this? Thank you so much for coming in this evening.
Thank you.
Also to Macy, Macy Naya, for playing tonight, and for Kitty and Lauren Hood for being with us this evening.
Beautiful songs.
And I just want to say thank you to everybody that's been watching at home on the live stream. I know there's plenty of you this evening. And just to remind everybody that the next event for Songwriters Circle is on April the 25th, which is also a Monday. We've got Luke Toms from the BACM hosting. And we've got a special guest, which is the singer-songwriter Richard Fairley, which is really exciting because Richard was a student here. He's a lovely, lovely man who we know well, and he's played on this round a couple of times as a student, and he's doing really well with his career now. So can't wait to see him, and that will be here in room 209 as well, and live on the live stream. Thank you to Lasse, as usual, for everything you've done, and thank you to Michael on the sound. And thank you all for being here. Thank you very much.